Alright, gang, here we are at week 7 of our first half, our 1101 half of our course. So we have really what amounts to 2 weeks left in 1101. So we are well into our last unit, our last assignment, and that is our essay that is going to be due on argument and persuasion. The no research version is in as of you all seeing this video. So that is your essay in which you are using your own intuitions, your own observations, your own sort of internal logic, maybe even your experiences based on your topic. You're not going to a secondary repository, any sort of journal or book or database for this version. It is coming from your head. The next version that's going to be due in 2 weeks' time, the final essay in this course, the MLA research version of the argument and persuasion essay, that is, of course, when you are going to use 2 to 4 secondary sources, outside sources, from Galileo. That is GNTC's library database repository, if you will. It's where you could go and look at your different scholarly academic articles, and that is accessed by going to the GNTC page, the home page, and going to library. Once you click library, you'll see in there Galileo. Click in Galileo, and then you'll see a variety of sub-categories. So a lot of you guys are, well, really all of us are doing things that have to do with social issues or some sort of topical issue. So I believe there's a subcategory called something just like that, actually. Social issues, sociology, psychology even, something like that, having to do with the social sciences. So you'll click that, and once you're in there, you'll be in your database, and then you could type in your subject or your topic, and you'll find a variety of articles. Go for the ones that have PDF or HTML full article, meaning you're going to get access to the entirety of the article or essay from the academic writer. Okay, so more on this next week at the posting of next week's video. I just kind of want to prime you guys to get you kind of your feet wet, as it were, your gears turning, because it's my understanding, as Miss Evans tells me, this week Sonoraville is on their winter break. So I don't really have anything terribly strenuous or demanding of you guys this week. I do have an assignment, though. All it is a discussion board. I think we've only had maybe 1 or 2 other discussion boards much earlier in the term. All it asks you to do, and this is in Shell 4, by the way, that contains weeks 7 and 8 subfolders. So we are in week 7 in Shell 4. So go there and you'll see the discussion board. In the discussion board, you are asked to kind of relate your research experiences. So if you haven't done any research yet, I'm kind of compelling you to do at least some variety of that, okay? So this is going to be you kind of talking to the other members of the class, your experiences researching, okay? So I do expect you guys to do at least some, even minimal level of research this week. It doesn't have to be you strapping in for hours on end. Just browse, glance, start looking at things in Galileo, because you're going to need to in order to satisfy the week's assignment. So same discussion board rules apply as we made clear earlier this term. You have to contribute at least 1 original post, and in order to receive an A, upwards of full credit, you have to respond to at least 1 other student's post. So if you just submit your own response, I think I give you like an 85, a B, okay, because you're not completing the entirety of the assignment, okay? So keep that in mind, folks. About grades in just sort of in general. Let's have a little what I like to call come to Jesus moment when we're talking about grades here. So a little bit about my philosophy, and I don't mean to imply that you all don't think this and feel this and hold yourself to this standard already, but let me just reiterate something. Um, let's go through the alphabet, the grade alphabet. A means excellent. Remind yourself of what that word means. Look it up. You'd be surprised. I re-look up words all the time that I thought that I knew the meaning of these words, but turns out I was just using some colloquial, watered-down version of the word. Excellent. What does that word mean? I don't have a dictionary in front of me right now, but I could tell you it is something like going above and beyond to excel. Um, so getting an A on an essay. Now, with the homework and class assignments, class and homework assignments, as long as you are fulfilling the question thoroughly and thoughtfully, you're likely to get an A, at least a B. Okay? B, by the way, means good or great. These are different than excellent. Good, a low B, great, mid to high B, excellent, A. Really excellent, it's like a 97 to 100, okay? That's top right there, of course. You guys know that. Um, so on an essay, you've got to ding all the boxes. Of course, you have to respond to the letter of the unit. So, and narration. Did you follow the rules according to our videos, our announcements, the patterns chapter? Same with description. Same with argument and persuasion. Are you guys, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, as it were? Minding your P's and Q's according to the videos, the announcements, our weekly correspondence via email, if I do correspond with you, and the chapter material. Now, that's only a piece of it. How's your grammar? Is your grammar largely error-free? A good way, and I know Miss Evans checks with you guys and checks your draft, but even when she signs off on it, and I do the same thing with my face-to-face students. When I sign off on a draft, it's not a guarantee, meaning, oh, looks good, you're going to get 100. No, okay? A rough draft check is there. It's a measure to make sure that you're not way off base, that you're not on Mars, as it were, while you should be on Earth. Okay, so a rough draft is to check for major issues. Okay, so if you get a response from a rough draft, good, or you're on track. That doesn't mean, hey, I could cash in my chips and rest on my laurels, baby. I am done. Dunzo Rapunzo. No. Okay. Just know that you're on the right track. Okay. At least you're on the right track, which is good. A B is probably, if you get a good or you're up to snuff, I'd say you're probably going to get something like a B on the essay, maybe even an A. Okay. Some of you have gone above and beyond. With this last essay, this descriptive essay, man, some of you, I think I said so during the last video, I had like tinglies on the back of my neck and on my scalp. The writing was just some of it was really beautiful and really well done. And it wasn't just larding the whole paper with adjective after adjective after adjective after adjective. It all amounted to something. It all made sense. It was balanced. So if you're one of those people, and again, A's are infrequent. They and F's are the least awarded grades. That's how it should be, okay? My philosophy is you have to try hard to get an A. You also have to try hard to get an F, and that sounds kind of counterintuitive. But what I mean by that is you have to try so hard, you have to not try at all. It's kind of like if a dog's so ugly it's cute, sort of rationale there. You have to be so apathetic to get an F. You just have to not care. And it's hard to not care as a student, as an employee, as a coworker, as a professional, as a human being. It's hard to not care, okay? I would say. So if you have to try hard to get an A or an F, okay? So I don't hand out A's like Halloween candy. You don't deserve an A. You're not owed an A, okay? Um, keep shooting as high as you can. Getting a B means good or great, okay? A C means average. A C means you've done the bare minimum, okay? You've basically satisfied everything to the lowest degree, okay? A D means, ooh, we've got some major problems here, okay? Maybe the grammar's atrocious. Maybe it's incoherent, the essay. All sorts of things. And then an F is, oh man, you really screwed the pooch. You probably did this while you were half asleep, or you just didn't try at all, okay? So just a refresher of the grade alphabet there, guys. And again, I am going to award bonus points based on that blog series. For this week, we don't have a blog. The blog expired. I believe I continued blog 4 through last week. Blog 5 was blog 4. I just extended the due date. It doesn't look as though many of you re-contributed to that blog, which is fine. It is voluntary, but next week I'm going to reactivate the blog. We'll have a blog 6, okay? And I'll have a question in mind for then. Of course, next week you guys are going to be writing that research version of your final essay, okay? So look, I understand you have winter break this week. That's all fine and good. Enjoy your break. I actually, this Wednesday through Friday, my father-in-law and I are going to the Okefenokee. So we're going to be hanging out with the Gators and kayaking and all that fun stuff. So I'll be on a bit of a break as well. And then this weekend he's coming to our house in St. Augustine, Florida. And my wife and I will hang out for the weekend and all that stuff. So, I'm going to be doing things as well. I'm sure you guys are too. Just start researching in Galileo. Even just a little breadcrumb trail to start off with. Follow that first. So guys, don't rack your brains too hard, but don't turn them off either, okay? And of course, like always, if you need help, guidance, support, email me, talk to Miss Evans. She and I are always in very close contact. We are here as a team to help you all succeed, okay? That is our main objective as teachers. We want you to succeed, okay? That's our prime objective, okay? So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. This week, your discussion board. Do a little research. Have a good winter break. And we will get back in touch next week. And if you have any questions in the meantime, you don't hesitate to give me a little email. All right, guys. Mr. Volpe signing out for week 7 here. Guys, have yourselves a great week. Bye-bye.